The Relentless Tide, a comprehensive deep dive into Fizz, the Tidal Trickster. The landscape of League of Legends is ever-changing, defined by patches, meta shifts, and champion reworks. Yet, across years of competitive play, one champion has consistently haunted the mid lane, maintaining a reputation built on pure, unadulterated execution power. Fizz, the Tidal Trickster. He is the ultimate assassin disruptor, a character whose inherent risk is matched only by his catastrophic reward. To truly master Fizz is to abandon caution and embrace calculated aggression, turning the Summoner's Rift into his personal, boundless ocean. Chapter 1. The Legacy of a Sea Serpent's Scion. Fizz's story is not just about his abilities, it's about his place in the history of the game. When he was first introduced, his unique combination of burst damage, sustained damage over time, DOT, and unrivaled untargetability created an existential crisis for the mid lane. He was, and remains, a champion whose design encourages audacity. His existence is a direct counter to the slower, more deliberate gameplay of control mages. For years, the simple threat of his presence has forced opponents to play passively, consuming mental energy merely anticipating his lethal engagement. His foundational attributes, his low base health and the necessity of melee engagement, are brilliant design flaws. They serve as a gatekeeper. Fizz players must have impeccable mechanical skill and a profound understanding of minion wave management to survive the early game. This high barrier to entry ensures that when Fizz achieves his item, power spikes, the player controlling him has earned the right to dominate. His history is littered with legendary highlights, impossible escapes, the single-second execution of fully tanked targets, and game-winning flanks that defied logic. He is a legacy champion defined by the word clutch. Chapter 2. The Anatomy of Evasion. Nimble Fighter and the Trident's Mark. Let us meticulously dissect the engine of his killing power, beginning with his passive, Nimble Fighter. This ability is often underestimated, but it is the invisible shield that allows him to farm against ranged harass. The damage reduction from basic attacks is critical for absorbing the constant auto attacks and trading blows that occur between minion waves. Furthermore, the collision negation allows him to escape body blocks, juke skill shots by weaving through his own minion wave, and quickly set up the perfect angle for engagement. It's the silent enabler of his aggression. The Seastone Trident, W, is the soul of his sustained threat. Unlike traditional mages whose damage ends with the spell cast, Fizz's damage lingers. The active component applies an incredibly potent debuff, inflicting serious damage initially, but the terrifying power lies in the passive application of DOT. The activation, however, is key. It resets his auto attack timer. This allows for the infamous W auto attack reset maneuver, where a quick auto attack followed by the W activation allows for 2 rapid, enhanced strikes. The true execution power, the amplified damage applied when the target is below a certain health threshold, means Fizz should always target the most fragile enemy first, turning a close fight into a guaranteed kill. The Urchin Strike, Q, is the ultimate utility dash. It functions as both a gap closer and a damage amplifier, utilizing the auto attack reset from the W. But strategically, it's also an incredible escape tool. In a pinch, Fizz can Q-dash through an enemy minion, monster, or even a champion to change his trajectory and escape a fatal gank, showcasing his ability to utilize his enemies as stepping stones to safety. Chapter 3. The Psychological Weapon, the pinnacle of untargetability. No discussion of Fizz is complete without a deep dive into Playful Trickster E. This is not just an ability, it is a profound declaration of control over the game's mechanics. When Fizz leaps onto his trident, he transcends the rules of the Rift, becoming completely invulnerable and untargetable. This untargetability is a psychological weapon, It forces opponents to play around a cooldown that feels impossibly short for its defensive power. The Master Fizz player uses E not just defensively, but as a proactive tool to bait out enemy resources. By engaging with Q, absorbing the retaliatory spell, and then immediately E-ing, he negates the enemy's entire damage rotation while setting himself up for the fatal follow-up. Furthermore, the E offers crucial damage cleansing. Any debuff, slow, or DOT effect applied to Fizz immediately before his leap is often removed upon landing. This means he can cleanse himself of ignites, red buff burns, and even debilitating slow effects, enhancing his escape potential dramatically. The dual cast nature, the ability to either drop quickly for damage or leap again for distance, adds a layer of skill expression that separates the good players from the truly masterful. The ultimate display of this skill is the infamous E tower dive, where Fizz utilizes the E to dodge a crucial turret shot, securing the kill, and then Q dashes onto a minion or uses flash to escape, leaving the victim utterly helpless. Chapter 4. The Deep Terror Initiation. Chum the Waters, R. The ultimate Chum the Waters, R, is the catalyst for Fizz's team fighting prowess. It is one of the highest burst abilities in the game, but its true power is its area of effect, AoE utility, and target isolation. The key variable is the distance. The long-range shark is devastating, not just for its damage amplification, but because it ensures a larger knockup and slow radius, turning the ultimate into a guaranteed piece of high-impact crowd control, CC. A perfectly executed, long-range R on the enemy's backline carry forces an immediate reaction, whether it's flash, cleanse, or a defensive ultimate. In the mid-game, Fizz's ability to land an R initiates a fight entirely on his terms. The immediate displacement and slow allow his team to collapse instantly. The true master of Fizz learns to fire the R in the fog of war, or immediately before a flash, masking the trajectory and making it impossible to dodge. This ultimate isn't just a spell, it's a declaration of a fight starting now, with the enemy carry already compromised. Chapter 5. Strategic Synergy and Itemization Philosophy. Fizz's itemization strategy is centered entirely on amplifying burst damage and mobility. The core build revolves around Lich Bane and Zhonya's Hourglass. Lich Bane perfectly synergizes with his Q and E, multiplying his burst potential after every ability cast. The item allows him to delete targets with a single W auto attack. Zhonya's, on the other hand, is the ultimate defensive pairing for an assassin. After diving in, executing a target, and surviving the initial counter CC, Fizz can use Zhonya's to enter stasis, wait for his cooldowns, especially his crucial E, to refresh, and then exit stasis with a second wave of damage or a guaranteed escape. This interaction is key to his team fight longevity. For further damage scaling, items like Rabadon's Death Cap and Void Staff are essential for pushing his magic penetration and raw ability power. AP to lethal levels. Modern builds also sometimes incorporate items that grant cooldown reduction, CDR, to ensure his E is up more frequently, maximizing his safety and his ability to make repeated aggressive plays. The consistent theme is simple: maximize AP, ensure survivability through Zhonya's and E, and ensure his burst is instantaneous. Conclusion: the Untamed Tide. Fizz is the ultimate gamble, the highest peak of mechanical play in the mid lane. He is a champion who requires courage to pilot and coordination to counter his ability to render himself invulnerable, coupled with burst damage that feels unfair, ensures his permanent status as a threat. The player who masters Fizz understands that the greatest tool in his arsenal is not the trident, but the sheer panic he instills in his opponents. He waits in the deep water, unseen, unheard. Then, the shark strikes, the trident wounds, and the trickster dances away, leaving behind only the evidence of a flawlessly executed play. He is the relentless tide, and when he rises, the only choice left for his enemies is to drown.